Hey, um,
Go.
what?
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Oh, well, sorry.
I'm sick. Come on.
I'm sure they enjoyed your absence.
I know. I'm back. I just have to find a way to make this. Unwater.
Just popcorn. Fuck you.
That looks like it'd be a bit better. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to go. Well, I'm sick today. Got a bunch of shit going on, but I have been all week. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to do this video that I want to do. Um, I hate this. Hold on. This is fucking shit out. I probably won't do. My back goes from got 200. Is this better? Better. Okay, well, the reunion was the past few weeks, and now I have to talk about it. Well, there were three parts. As we know, they bullshitted us with part one because all part one was going into their lives, and if you weren't a fan of Ashley, Rima, Julie, or Fallon, this was very boring. Pretty much always on this part, where Julie and Fallon, they're declaring their friendship, Rima and Ashley doing their thing, them telling Rima and Ashley. And we get into the good parts with Christina, Andrea, and Erica and Megan. I think it's first off it is Erica sitting in the bar. Then Megan comes in, like, hey Cunty, and they're talking, and we find out Megan has the biggest beef apparently with Andrea, because Andrea was talking about it on Twitter, even though Megan was just as guilty. Um, and then after that, they're talking, and Erica's like, anybody can get slapped, and Erica wants to beat Julie's ass, and then we have Christina and Andrea. I'm not the only one who thought it was funny when she brought out she talked about her craziness, and she goes, I'm not psycho. And then the little her comes out of like her talking and goes, surprise. That cracked me the hell up. Okay, so let's get past all that. Um, Nothing else really happened at this point. We get to Megan, Erica, and Christina all having dinner together, and they're talking about the reunion, like we're gonna run it, right? Yeah. And I'm sitting here thinking the whole time, I really hope they do run it, because if I know Julie's just gonna run her fucking mouth the whole time and just be like, oh, I run shit, blah blah blah. Oh, and then we found out Julie has an issue with Fallon. She didn't really do anything which bugged me, but I love Julie and I have respect for her. She's my boo, so I'm not gonna hate. Like, whatever. Um, but, Megan's like, I have the biggest beef with Julie and Fallon because I thought I trusted them. Erica had the biggest beef with Julie because Julie played her. Christina has beef with everybody. So, cut to the reunion, the actual reunion. Because that is what everybody cares about, Oxygen. Nobody cares about friggin' Julie and Fallon's sexual love thing. Nobody cares about Ashley and Blondie. I still love Blondie, but Rima and Blondie. So we get to the reunion and we're talking, and we find out Natasha has beef with Julie. because apparently Julie treated her bad, even though, whatever. What else? Honestly, nothing happens. All we talk about is, what it was like to survive there and whatever. I'm just gonna skip through this part because honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. Julie, Fallon, Rima, and I still like her, but Ashley are like the most boring girls in the house. Nothing happened on the other side. So we call out Andrea. Andrea comes walking out on stage. I don't care if everyone was right and her little bra thing did cost like $25. I don't care how cheap her weave is. I don't care anything. I think Andrea's really cute. And Andrea walked out on stage and she looked good. She's like strutting and she sits down and she's like, all you bitches jump me. Hater number one, like, hey haters or whatever. And they're all just like, whatever. Which is funny because she came on stage, she's like bam. And, they watched back the footage and, Andrea's like, I whooped your ass. I threw you or whatever, Andrea's being cute and popping off, talking shit. And the other girl's like, oh yeah, whatever. And honestly, like, Rima's sitting here, like, and then they showed how Andrea left, and Snee's just like, a real OG bad girl stays. And this is the thing with Andrea staying. This is the thing where I feel like Andrea, I get why people say she's weak, but I also get why she left. I'm going to put myself in Andrea's shoes. Andrea left because of the fact literally every single girl, minus Julie, who was playing in neutral, was 100% completely against her. There was no making amends. There was no talking things out because they wanted her out of the house, straight up. And honestly, none of them can fight for shit. Something tells me it gets tiring after a while getting jumped by all four of those whack bitches, like, every day. So I'd probably pack and leave too. I'd wreck their shit first, like Andrea did. But Rima goes, I stayed, I blah blah blah. This is the thing, Rima, is you had Ashley on your side still and Christina technically. And on top of that, let's think. Oh, right. You were never jumped. You were fought by Erica and you were fought by Julie. Separately. Okay? So then we get to Drea, Drea's like, Rima, you're the fakest bitch in house, which is she's not fake. She's just fucking stupid. And Natasha fucking Smoot. That's the thing she does in the confessional is she's like, these bad bitches better like me because everybody likes me if they own them. Fuck you. No, but Natasha Smoot, good old Natasha, goes, she was not the fakest in the house, blah, 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 throwing in your 2 cents. You were there for, how many weeks were you there for? How many weeks were you there for? Oh, that's right. 2 weeks. You were only there for 2 weeks. So, you need to not put your 2 cents in because nobody takes pennies anymore, boo-boo. So anyway, boo-boo. Okay. But Dre's like, bitch, don't be talking like that because you friended me on Facebook and blah, blah, blah. Everyone's like, wait, what? She's like, I friended you on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, Natasha, shut up. So then, Drea almost fights Rima, but Rima has a doctor's note. I'm done. And so then they call out Megan. And Megan is officially my hero because of the way she walks out. All the other girls had this swag, and she walks out. Hey, I'm collecting money for Fallon because she's a broke bitch. This is the Fallon fund. The Fallon fund. It was great because Fallon tried to act all like swaggerific and be like, yeah, bitch, you're getting called broke and people are donating money to you. Don't act like you have swag if you can't afford it. So then Megan comes on stage and she goes, I'm going to give one turn around, take a nice look because the earrings are coming up. The earrings are coming off. The hair's going up, and, I'm wrapping my hair up. We're like, okay. So she sits down, she, takes off her earrings, pulls her hair back, puts in her bandana, and she's like, well, I can ready to fight. And she's like, whoa, wait, Miss Set It Off, and they're going on and about whatever, and Megan's like, yeah, and they're talking, and then they go through Megan and Julie's fallen friendship. Megan, Julie, and Helen's fallen friendship. At this point, after they show all the clips and stuff, we get to think about Fallon's like, you fucked your sister in a threesome? What? And we found out Megan. By the way, if you watched the reunion and just watched the reunion and didn't read her tweets, it wasn't really her sister. It was pretty much her sister. And she did not have sex with her sister. She had sex with a guy who was having sex with her sister at the same time, which is equally awkward, but whatever. I love Megan. So anyway, after that, Megan goes, Tanisha goes, why did you attack Fallon? Or something like that. And Megan goes, let me answer your question. Hold on. I feel like staying over here. Cat's over here. And she walks over to the couch and sits between Julie and Fallon. And she goes, she's talking like, I was attacking Rima and Fallon jumped in and Fallon's like, no, that's not how it happened. And jumps up in the middle of the stage like she's in theater class, acting out this whole scene like she's this like highly medicated freaking actress. And she's like, and then Megan, and then and she got on Tanisha's face. And then she's like, well, I'm not the one you're supposed to be popping off on. So then she got in, and then she got in Megan's face, and Megan's like, Fallon, I'm gonna need you to get out of my face. I'm gonna need you to lower your voice. And she doesn't, so Megan clocks her in the face. And Fallon clearly didn't like that, so Fallon's fighting, getting her ass beat. And Julie's doing a perfect job at, breaking them up because, they're fighting right here. And she's like, look out your back, Fallon! No, you got her pussy is what you got. And then, so they fight. And, Megan's like, I'm not good, Tanisha, but I'm sit down anyway. Megan just was like, oh, gee. And, so then, my favorite moment, Tanisha goes, we may think Megan's crazy, but, oh, hold on, one more thing. Drea and Megan addressed their beef. That's been on Twitter. If you follow, pretty much Andrea was talking about how Megan was judging her, and Megan's like, bitch, shut up, and blah, 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 and they just got into a dispute and whatever. And, sorry. And then, so, it looks like they're about to fight, but it's really funny because I think during the time they were starting to fight, they magically became friends, because, Megan's like, oh, you want to fight? Because Drea's pulling up her hair. Drea pulled up her hair a lot, but she never really intended on fighting. That's the funny part. She never apparently wanted to fight. So then she goes, no, I'm just putting my hair up. And Megan's like, do you want to borrow a ponytail? And Drea's like, yeah, you got one. Oh, no, thanks. I don't want to break yours. And Megan's like, okay. So I'm like, wait, what happened? What happened? Okay. So anyway, move on to Christina coming on stage. She walks on stage with, bad bitch strut. She goes, hater number 1, hater number 2, hater number 3, hater number 4. And she sits down and it's like, oh, okay. And Tanisha's like, you look great. She gets up off her seat, walks up in Fallon's face. What, I got no swag? What, I'm whack? Fallon's silent. This is the funny thing. Julie and Fallon can run their mouths in the house, but after reunion, crickets. Confessional gangsters. So Christina's like, well, I got no swagger. I'm like, I forgot how ugly this bitch was. Am I prettier than Fallon? She's going off and whatever. And she's like, whatever, And Tanisha goes, how's it feel to see all your haters? She's like, it feels good. And Tanisha's like, well, who do you have the most beat with? She goes, well, honestly, Julie, I beat your ass 3 times. Fallon, I threw your ass on the floor. When I came back, you're like, Blondie's a non-factor, Rima's a slut. And Rima goes, you say the same thing all the time. And Christina goes, shut the fuck up, bitch. What happened the last time you came to me? Whoop. And she's just talking and whatever. And she gets in Rima's face, and they're arguing, and, Rima's like, I bit you because you kicked me in the face. She did not kick you in the face. She launched her body on top of... Okay, I can't say that because I wasn't there. So I will just say, Christina whooped your ass either way. Fighting is just stupid. And so then, good old Christina makes the greatest diss ever. And it was hilarious. Tanisha goes, worse than a repo man, Rima's gotcha. If you want your shit cut tone, call Rima. To which Christina goes, and if you want your dick sucked, call Rima. The second she said that, I'm like, oh, yes, motherfucker. You get her, Madame LaCris. Like, you told her ass, and everyone's like, oh, damn, and, they're going off again, and Christina goes, and Rima's like, don't call me a slut, because I'm not. And Christina's like, you want to call me psycho? And Rima goes, because you are. And Christina goes, bitch, you said you got, which is what everyone says. This is how everyone defended Christina, which is true. She's like, bitch, you said you got a devil named Charlie living inside you. So I don't want to hear that I'm psycho. And she went to go sit down, and Rima's like, sit down. And Christina's like, bitch, make me take a seat. I'm not going to have a seat. So then she went and sat down, and she's like, oh, so your legs are actually closed? And I'm like, that's my boo. I love Christina. I really wish she'd reply to one of my tweets, or at least retweet me. No. What happened while she was on stage? Um, she talked about the whole Ashley situation. Um, Ashley never said goodbye to Christina when Christina left the house. Ashley followed Rima's ass around, even though Rima's pretty much the one who started the fight. Say what you will about how Christina hit hers. Rima started the fight because she was being a bitch for no reason. Her and Ashley and Christina and Ashley were cool, so I don't get it. So then, they're talking, they're going on and whatever. Sorry, I'm trying to remember all this as I'm going. And Julie talks about she didn't like Christina because something cut her off. Something made her not like her or something was off about her. I don't know, some bullshit. And Christina just did a lot at the reunion. But Christina then, Fallon was like, I'm being real with you, Jersey. Or she's like, I'm done with fighting. I'm done with the bullshit. And Christina's like, oh, but what happened to me having no swag? And Fallon's like, honestly, Jersey, honestly. And I'm being real. And Christina goes, oh, you're being real. After how long? And Fallon's like, seriously, Jers, blah, blah, blah. And Christina's like, all you bitches pop off at the mouth. Me in the confessionals won't say shit to our faces. Confessional gangsters, and that's kind of what they are. But, like, a lot happened, and then we invite Erica out on stage. And Erica comes out doing her I don't understand hand things, She's like, can I hug you, Tanisha? So she hugs Tanisha. The second she hugs Tanisha, she walks out over to Julie and goes, so you puppet master, you scheming? Let me pause this for a second. Let me pause and explain something that is completely evident. Okay, Julie is scared shitless of Erica. Like, Julie is fucking terrified. Like, if you look, like, Erica goes, you scheme it, and Julie's like, well, I was, but I don't understand. And Erica's like, save it, bitch, shut the fuck up, I want to hear your sob story. And Julie's like, oh, okay. And Erica's like, got to say shit to say, so you're running into the house, I'm in the motherfucker, And Julie is not saying anything. Julie will say everything to Christina, Megan, Drea, nothing to Erica. So Erica's like, you started shit, and Erica's like, you got my girl out of the house, and you said this and this. There's $2 in that wallet, and Julie's like, that wasn't me. Or Julie's like, blah blah blah, and so Eric is like, Rima got justified ass whooping because Rima admitted she was being fake, and Julia this, blah blah blah. So then we go over the fight between Erica and Rima in the video, and Erica gets up and walks over to Rima and goes, Rima, sorry for getting you in the back of the head, and looks at Julie and goes, well, it's this little bitch right here that had it happen. And Julie's like, And Erica's like, get up, Julie, because you're the baddest bitch. Get up. And Julie's not getting up. So Erica, being as fucking amazing as she is, here's the couch, and Julie's sitting right here. She stands up on the couch in front of Julie and starts pounding her face in. So I'm watching this, and I'm cheering because it's hilarious. If you look closely enough between Erica's legs, Julie's fighting back, but Julie's trying to slip out, too. She's trying to slip out from under Erica's legs. Personally, if I were Julie and I were in that predicament, what I would do is I would grab the bitch around the hips and throw her over the back of the couch. You have the advantage. Okay, Erica may be more muscular than you or whatever because you lost some weight. I'm not gonna lie, Julie looked really good at the reunion. I will give her that. She was weak as fuck, but I will give her that. She looked cute. Yeah. But, but it was funny. It was really funny. And I'm gonna leave off there. I'm just gonna say Julie was trying to slip out from under Erica's legs. The next one I do will be covering part 3. Part 2 and 1 were kind of, able to mix together, so. On that note, thanks for watching. Sorry this was lame. Like I said, I'm not putting so much enthusiasm in. I really don't feel good.